Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Scott here from Squatch America.
And Hannah, the
Words.
domestic goddess, chief cook, and doggy mom, and clown, and paddy wagon.
Oh, how you doing, guys, tonight? Look at our lovely new thingy. You're supposed to like and subscribe and all that
Like
stuff.
and share and subscribe and support us on Patreon, and I will have a surprise going out for our Patreons really soon.
Yep, and go to squatchamerican.com and get your stuff. We got a great show for you tonight. We've already had some wonderful trolls.
Yay!
Yay,
we are
so-
big enough to have trolls.
Yeah.
We've got such an exciting thing for you at the end of this video. You
So we're
really
gonna-
want to be on here and watching and commenting.
Yeah,
Hint,
commenting.
hint, comment, put comments in there.
Because we got a prize at the end.
Call me a clown, please.
So we are
Are we
going
to talk about that in a minute?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, cool.
So tonight we're going to be discussing the wonderful world of Duck Springs and the Freeman film, and I'm going to get into some detailed stuff that's pretty awesome.
But first, the introduction.
But first, the intro. I got to find it again. Here we go. So, hello. Hi, David, Patty, Raptor,
Scott, Mike, Casey, Donna, Uncle Bones.
Yeah, and Scott's from Maine. Love Maine.
Oh, where are our Maine cousins? Oh, what?
There we go. Okay. You're killing me, Smalls.
Fine.
Okay.
So, can we talk about the trolls? I love trolls. Do you know why I love trolls? And I hope all the trolls are listening to this. All you people who like to give us grief and shiza. You're just throwing our stuff out into the algorithms. Thank you so much.
No, so what's really interesting is somebody told me that how great
Hi, Grasshopper.
all the great trolls are telling us how horrible the suit was for the Freeman film.
And what clowns we are.
And what clowns we are. Hi, Mike. Mike Casey.
Yeah,
Hope to see you soon.
I said Mike Casey.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
I didn't see him. Anyway,
So anyway, yes, we were called clowns, which I take as a huge honor, because you know what? People who, it just tells me that there are people out there who take themselves way too seriously, and I refuse to take myself too seriously. It's just crazy. We must stay lighthearted and joyful.
all right. Hey, Prairie Fire, there's a new one. Hi.
Prairie Fire, please, let's.
Oh, good. I'll see you, Mike, at the dinner. That's coming up.
Awesome.
So what we're going to be talking about is Duck Springs, and I know Bigfootin' with Mike Casey is big into that area, but we did spend some time up there in last week. Has it been last week? I don't know. It was
something like, yeah,
week before last. I don't know.
It was last week.
It was last week.
By the way, we are coming at you from Leavenworth, Washington.
Not.
No.
We were supposed
to be coming at you from Leavenworth,
yeah, we were supposed to be in Leavenworth, Washington, but the campground we were going to was on fire. So the smoke was bad and we couldn't get there.
Hey, just bored. Woohoo.
So anyway, we're going to be talking about the Freeman film site where we spent some time.
And Mr. Lee.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Lee. And then we're going to.
And Donald.
And so, okay.
All right, everyone after Donald, I'll get you later.
Okay. So, first of all, we drove up to the film site. We took the long way in and the short way out. I loved taking the long way in. It was about 20 miles of bad road, and I loved every minute of it. We got the truck up there, and then we saw the site.
It took us like, what, 2.5 hours to go 20 miles?
Yeah, it did. So anyway, but so I'm going to jump right in here and show you a couple little videos off the bat. I'm going to go full screen. Ooh, look at that. I got skills. Maybe. Because if you see this little pond behind us, right there, we're in a special spot if we swing around here. Angle away from him. And through this area here.
Sound.
Oh, apparently we're having sound problems. It's supposed to be playing the sound. Hold on. Hold on a second. We will try.
Sound. Okay.
Sound is back.
Sound is back. Was the sound on the video back, or is it us and our sound that's back?
Oh, I see. I got you. It's our sound. It's okay, because as I see, it's not going to show the sound if I do it that way. Okay, I got it. So back at it. For footprints too, but don't see any. But anyway, and then I think when it's got over here, it stepped out from behind a tree. Might have went behind these. I'm behind these trees here. I might be on the other side. But then Paul would have been down there. And I think it picked up the baby somewhere around here. Like I said, I'm just guessing because, you know, it was almost 30 years ago. So 30 years, force can change a lot. But, but this is the exact spot. Like I said, you got a hill that goes straight up over there. And then this trail keeps on going up the mountains this way. But here we are, the Freeman film site at Deduck Springs in the northern part of the Blue Mountains here in Oregon. All right, folks. Paul Freeman was filming the footprints coming up this trail right here. And he was walking. And right about here, he says, "Oh, I hear the brush popping up there." And then he goes, "Oh, there she goes." Actually, he said, "There he goes." Takes a few steps. There's the head snap. And then it keeps walking. Not an exact portrayal, but close. Then he says, "I'm going to get up here to see if I can see more." So he runs up this trail and around this corner. And that's where he gets the second shot, right about here. It's kind of awesome being in this spot. Pretty cool. Take a bow, Hannah. All right, my stand-in Squatch.
Hey, you left off the best part.
Oh, did I now?
Yeah, we can show them that later.
Yeah, so.
Y'all can go back. So, Angel and Sugar Britches and Patty. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh, and Papa Craig.
Yep. I've got to.
You've got to what? You're looking for all sorts of he's looking for buttons and icons and.
Yeah, that I can't find.
Oh.
That's not what I wanted.
What are you looking for?
I lost my video control, so I don't know what's coming up. So anyway, this.
I guess we're just gonna go through it and find out.
Yeah, the critter
Country
was
racing.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. It is Bigfoot history.
Yeah, that is Bigfoot history. So we were in the spot. So here's the actual original film, and so we're gonna show that real quick here.
Oh, there you go. Get up here where I can see you real quick.
Yeah, so we were in that exact spot, but 30 years later.
I find it interesting that along with a blob squatch, you got a blob blob terrain too.
Yeah, yeah. Now you got to remember that was filmed with
Super C or 8.
I think it was Super C videotape.
This is 1994.
Yeah, it would have been
so-
digital videotape. But other than an S video, and a lot of people said that this is a man in a suit. And I noticed, my opinion, that's his kid in a suit. Well, I can. We're going to get into that in a minute, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not because there was a interview done with him afterwards, and I'm going to let you see that right now. Let's see, maybe if I can get my thing to work. Yeah, here we go.
That's a good track right there.
Paul Freeman has nothing to prove,
Yeah, it's 13 inches long.
but a lot to say
See that track right there? Look at that one.
about Bigfoot.
He must have run out of here when he heard me coming.
On Thursday, August 20th, around 9 a.m., Paul says he drove deep into the Blue Mountains of northern Oregon to a place called Deduck Springs in the Umatilla National Forest.
Well, I just drove up to the pond here, and I know they frequent this area in August and September. And I just got out of my little car and walked around over here, and there was a tracks here in the mud where I think he's going to get a drink, or I don't know, maybe he's going to cross there or something. But anyway, I must have scared him.
Freeman says he's been searching for the legendary Sasquatch in the woods near the Mill Creek watershed near his Walla Walla home for the last 10 years. In October of 1988, his son Dwayne got snapshots. In April of this year, Paul got video from a distance of around 69 feet. This time, camera in hand, he was a whole lot closer.
I started up the bank there, and I heard brush and stuff popping up there. Oh, there he goes. He looked at me once. Jesus. And I kind of got a little nervous, and he looked at me, and then it turned and just kept on going, and it went into the brush there and disappeared. And I was looking for it with the camera, and I seen another one smaller is coming at me up there.
Oh, let me pause it.
There's two of them, I guess.
After the incident, Freeman says he heard screams from the direction of the creatures. It kept him pinned down for almost 2 hours. Screams he says he did not record.
I ain't never been scared like I was scared yesterday. I never have been afraid of man or beast or anything, but I sat up there yesterday and cowered down like a little kid.
Is Bigfoot fact or fiction?
I really got upset.
Paul Freeman really doesn't care what you think.
You know, I don't have anything to prove to anybody.
All he says is that he's seen enough.
It's real. That's real, man.
In the Blue Mountains of northern Oregon, John Yeager, News 4, Positively Northwest.
And something just told me not to bother him anymore, you know, and I don't think I will.
We've got a lot of discussion happening here.
I noticed there is a lot of discussion happening here.
And before we get into that discussion, we're about 15 minutes in.
Oh, do we have to do something?
We have to do something.
All right.
So we will get to your discussion. So you all just keep those out there and
Yeah, what we're going to do is just going to throw out some stuff coming up that we're going to be doing.
let's just throw up one at a time
Yep,
every
here we go.
15 minutes. Okay. So our next gig, which I don't have up on the website yet. Don't kill me. All right. We're going to be next Saturday in Yakima, Washington. That's where I grew up, at the Yakima Bigfoot Con 2022. It actually is not in Yakima. It's in Yakima County, but it will be at
Toppenish.
Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington. And we will be there with the Squatchers and Bob Gimlin. And a few other people. Really, really excited. we were trying to get there last year, and just with everything going on in the world, it was just not going to happen. But that's where we will be next year.
Okay.
Or next weekend.
Next weekend. Yep. So, what I wanted to get into with this is
go back to the comments too, because
I got to go back to the comments here. Is that cast you saw him casting in the video there? That's this cast right here. Hold on, not yet.
I don't know. I'm just getting.
And why won't it let me change slides now? There we go.
Okay.
These were also found in that area, but not on that day. These are called wrinkle foot casts because they're all wrinkly. But this cast here.
Which one do you want? That one?
That one.
Okay.
To give you an idea of what people don't understand is these casts.
That is not a human hand.
Yeah. If you look at it, it's humongous. If I put my hand up here, my heel of my hand across this, I'm only covering, like here's the edge of the heel, and I put my heel,
the heel of your hand,
the heel of my hand right here. I'm only making it halfway, just letting you know, because I can do the whole other half over here. How massive this is. I can get my fingers to stretch, but it hurts to get to
here,
those.
Try your other hand, because match it up with a thumb. Yeah, that.
Anyway, there. I can get my fingers kind of to reach.
But look at the side and look at the girth of those fingers.
Yeah.
There are 3 of your fingers.
Yeah. So, these things are massive. And then, the next one.
Do we want to show the actual footprint?
Yeah, is this cast here that we showed you.
That's a foot.
This
is
cast here I have in my hand.
This is my arm.
Yeah. But the most interesting thing about this cast is, one, not because of the size. When you saw him casting that cast in that video, that's this cast. But what's really interesting is this right here, to look in the toe.
Oh, your favorite phrase is coming up.
This toe right here has dermal ridges in it.
For those of us who speak English.
Fingerprints.
Okay, Prairie Fire wants to know where this great big huge handprint came from.
That came from this area. It come from this area up the hill a little bit, a place called Biscuit Ridge, and this one was found in 1994, 2 years after the footprint was. So, but if you look at the fingerprints, the dermal ridges in the toe of this cast that I have. You want to hold it up?
Yeah, you wanted me to hold it up, and then you just keep reaching across me like it was a pepper shaker.
Okay. So this cast, if you look in the toes of the dermal ridges, now these dermal ridges were actually found in, or they took the fingerprints and investigated them with a police fingerprint expert looked at it. And they are not human. They do not match human patterns. Okay.
I think we need to talk about the comments.
Okay, we're going to get to that in a sec.
Okay.
What I wanted to talk
there
about.
Are so many of them. Oh, you've got an agenda for this
I
discussion?
have an agenda for this discussion. Here we go. Now, the deal with this is this film, the Freeman film, Doug Hychek, the guy who did the Monster Quest TV series, has been working on this film for 20 years. Now, he just recently got enough technology to enhance the film to the point where there is no discussion anymore. You actually can see every movement of this creature. You can actually see when it goes over, when Paul Freeman says, "Oh, there's another one," and it was coming right at me. A smaller one.
I can't
say much more, but that big one bent over, picked up the little one, put it on its hip, and you can see the legs move. You can see the babies come up on the side, and all that.
I can't show that to you.
I can't show you to you. I actually have that video. Michael sent it to me. Michael Freeman, Paul's son, sent it to me. I have it on my computer right here, but I can't show it to you. But if you buy his book, which link in the description below, down there, they're going to have a QR codes in the book where you can actually go online and look at that video. It changed the way I looked at the Freeman film. And Raptor Crazy says, I thought Clift had the original cast. I actually think Jeff Meldrum has the original one. The one I have is a copy that was made by Grover Krantz.
Yeah.
I got Grover Krantz made 3 copies of it, and I have one of the copies from Grover.
So just so you know, the collaborators on this book include Dr. Jeff Meldrum, Cliff Barrickman, Dar Addington, who we are getting to know. It's a she, by the way. She's a wonderful gal. And then Doug, of course, Doug Hychuk and a few other people, John Summerlin.
Yeah.
So the book that he's releasing in, collaboration with these people really it's amazing. It's amazing what modern technology has done to our understanding of that incident.
Okay, Don still says it's phony.
Well, hold on.
Let me address that. That video is absolutely amazing. I mean, it will change your perception.
You have not seen the enhanced video. And there's a reason that you haven't seen the enhanced video. Michael does not want that one taken over YouTube like his dad's did.
Right.
And so he's maintaining really tight control of it.
Right. So this is me and Michael Freeman, Paul Freeman's son. Now, here's something that a lot of people don't know. It's what happened to Paul Freeman after the video. After he saw that Bigfoot, a lot of people don't know this, but Michael said his dad used to drive up into the woods every weekend and wouldn't let anybody know where he was going. Him and Michael's older brother would go up there. They actually set up tree stands in this area, and they were determined to kill one of these things so they could prove it, because they were tired of people telling them they were hoaxing. Yeah.
So that doesn't say what happened after. It just says what they did after. Eventually, Paul lost his job with the Forest Service because he kept going public about this stuff, which is pretty consistent with what happens when you say things that the government doesn't want you to say.
Right. So this is Michael.
Nice guy.
Great guy. We're good friends now. I spent a whole weekend with him, and we sit and talk for hours about this.
You really want to go back up to other comments. I'm telling you. I think,
so there's Deduct Springs, and you can actually still drive to it today. But
I think every one of these comments deserves some kind of addressing.
Where at?
Okay, give me the mouse. The
mouses.
The mouses. Okay, let's go up. I told you, it really starts early. Okay. First of all, my opinion, that's his kid in a suit.
One, the kid's not 7 feet tall. If you saw the video where Hannah was standing in the spot, one of the comments earlier saying, oh my gosh, she looks only half the size of what the one in the video is. And I was standing where he was standing, and Hannah was where the Bigfoot was. And she's not even close to the height or width.
And here Flat Rock says, just JMO, it looks really huge. Absolutely.
It does.
But there are some other comments here that what about, and these are good. I mean, we need to go in as skeptics.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the fact that a highly trained tracker came in and made attempts to find these creatures, and after Freeman left the job, the track stopped, and later on, Papa C says, I've spent a lot of time in that area hunting, picking mushrooms, and camping. I've never seen a hint of anything Sasquatch, and I'm an excellent tracker. So talk about tracking and the lack of tracks and all that stuff before we continue with the other comments.
Okay, so
great comments.
So here's the interesting thing. What I'm going to do is jump.
Wait for that. You're going to jump a what?
I'm going to jump into our next thing we're going to talk about.
Hey.
On November 12th at the Alpine Outpost, which is in Tollgate area, in this area. If you want to know, you go through the town of Weston if you're coming
from like the Pendleton area.
From the Pendleton area, or you go through Elgin if you're coming from Eastern Oregon. But if you want to go up to the Tollgate store, basically. It's called the Alpine Outpost. On November 12th, we are doing kind of a mini Bigfoot festival there.
So Blue Mountain Bigfoot Rally.
Yeah.
I wanted to call it a brouhaha. He didn't like it, but I thought Blue Mountain Bigfoot brouhaha sounds great. Brouhaha and barbecue.
But so just remember that November 12th, we're going to be there all day. I'm going to be doing a little presentation, and Michael Freeman gave me permission to show that video that day there. So, because that's after the book comes out.
So at that point in time, you will be able to see the video.
Yeah.
And if you click on the link to purchase the book, which you can tonight, it is a pre-purchase. It has not been released yet, but he has made it available for pre-order.
Yeah, and something I didn't show in our presentation so far is that oh
look, there I am.
There are footprints found up there. In fact, Ren, who runs the Alpine Outpost, has people come in all the time with photographs. He's got some he cast just last year up there in Tollgate. We are actually going to be there a few days before, interviewing people and doing. We're going to do a little mini documentary of Bigfoot history in the area since the Freeman film. We've got folks that are already lining up to tell us their stories and show us their evidence. So we're going to be there like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before that Saturday thing. We're going to spend 3 days just interviewing people in the area who's found stuff.
Okay.
Recently. In fact, I found a footprint there 3 years ago. So there's that.
Are you ready for the next comment?
Yep.
The only thing that is different from accounts and other footage is how heavy he looks to drop his feet to the ground. Others look to flow smoother, but he may have been trying to let him know he was there.
And I think it probably was, because here's my theory, because it walks over, picks up a baby, and it was doing the, the mother bird thing, look at me, don't see my baby.
Okay. Raptor says, I always wondered about this video. The head turns, but the shoulders don't, not like it did with Patty.
Yeah, but in the enhanced video, you can tell it does turn the shoulders with the head. And it doesn't have a neck. There's that too.
Okay.
And in the enhanced video, you can see the sagittal crest. Yep.
And the musculature and all that. Patty says, looks like he has a serious limp or is dragging one leg.
It could be playing dead mama bird or injured mama bird kind of thing.
Can I tell you a really funny story about animals doing that? Remember, so long time ago, we had this pair of puppies named Cheyenne and Chinook. They were little Roddy puppies. Hilarious set of siblings. Never ever get litter mates because anyway. And honestly, I came home from work one day and both puppies I caught them in the bathroom in the kitty box because we had kitties too, digging for almond roca, right? And they knew they weren't supposed to do that. So Scott had just come home too, and he goes in and he starts. Well, first of all, actually, I got to back up. A week earlier, one of the puppies had gotten her Dustin, our son, was running into the bathroom, and she was, of course, in almond roca. He was kicking her out of the bathroom and got her foot caught in the door, and so she was limping, and we gave her lots of love and cuddles for the limp and her little hurt foot. Well, a week later, we catch them in the kitty box digging for almond roca again, and Scott comes in and hollers at them, and those puppies run out of the bathroom. And then the one who'd gotten her foot caught in the door a week before, she stopped, she looked at him, and she started limping across the room and whining for sympathy and attention. And so so if Bigfoot is that, even as cognitive as a dog, they could put on a limp if they need to. So anyway, it was hilarious. So oh my gosh,
I'm been trying to go through. Wow. There's a lot we didn't catch up on.
Well, that's because you keep moving.
Stop.
So
let's see. He said, how come? Oh, Donald Fuller says, how come the whole video was removed from YouTube? You can find the first there, but yeah, I think most of it was because of
Doug's research.
And Paul's research when they were coming out with this book.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
A lot of stuff gets taken off of YouTube too.
And there was a whole bunch of copyright things happening with it. I was talking with Michael Freeman about that he was having problems when they were trying to do the book, and other people were claiming the video and all that stuff.
Dope. Take it down.
What?
Get rid of him. He's a troll.
What say?
It's something.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we need moderators on this.
We do have moderators.
They're not here tonight.
Oh.
Dale and Denise are not here tonight.
Well, I thought Renee was too. I'm going to make Donna
Renee's
a moderator.
not here. Anyway, there are so many comments here. You guys are great.
Mm-hmm.
That creature.
Yeah, the creature. Oh, okay. Mike says that creature is different just because people are different, and that is so true. I meant there's a whole lot of different descriptions you get from Bigfoot.
Donna, it was definitely sympathy limping because every time she got in trouble, she would limp and whine for like a year. She was a smart dog. That was Cheyenne. She was the one, if I told her to swim around the boat and get in the other side, she would swim around the boat and get in the other side. Anyway.
So, anywho, so I'm going to go back to a shot here. This is a photograph of where it walked through this area right here. Now, of course, things has changed a lot. Like I said, it's been 30 years. But when you walk through here,
there's no clear path.
It's not really, it's woods. But, and the trail goes off this way. And where it came out was over here. And then it crossed the trail. But where Hannah was walking, she was just barely taller than the scrub brush right here. But that creature was probably about this much taller. So I'd say probably a foot and a half taller than she was.
And where Patty was not woodsy foliage. It was a riverbed, a creek bed. So a lot easier to traverse. Some people don't like Doug Hijack.
Yeah. So, and that was one of the things Lockbeard, he said about Doug Hijack. And like I said, they did take it down because of this video that they enhanced. And like I said, when you get a chance to see the video, you're going to change your mind. Trust me. I meant the first time I saw it, we were at the conference, and Michael was speaking. I was there watching him speak, and he showed that video. And the second part of the video where it picks up the baby, I had never ever seen that before. I knew it was supposed to be there, but I'd watched the old blurry version of it, and I had one frame by frame. I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. I can't see what they're saying they're seeing, all that stuff. But then when they did this new one, it's like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. And Don says that he thinks watching its steps tells me it's someone in a mask concerned about tripping over something, like its vision is impaired by the mask. If you have walked in that area, I was watching my steps.
Yeah.
Because there's no path there.
You're right.
Unlike the dry creek bed that Patty was on.
Right. And there is so much, you can see this here. There's so much
to trip on.
So much down wood up there. It's crazy.
And even Daisy watches her step, and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But hi, Greg. Welcome. Greg Gillino. Sounds like French.
So.
Yeah, we bought the book today, so we can't wait till it comes out.
Yeah, it's still on not back order. Pre-order. So it hasn't come out yet. But you can drive right to the area. You can see we got our truck there. That's Deduct Springs right behind it. So it's not inaccessible.
It's actually gorgeous country.
Yeah. But we did find this. And it's
inconclusive.
It's pretty inconclusive, but
it looks very humanish to
Yeah,
me.
it's about 14 inches long, but it's really narrow. So I don't know what
Our
that was.
grandson has a foot that's 14 inches long.
I know. And but this here, I mean, I stepped there and I sunk a lot further, so I don't know what that is. That's just something. I'm not sure what that is, but
It's very swampy in spots.
but what another interesting thing was this here we found in that area, and there's 3 trees. There's one here that goes up this way, one that comes down this way, and one that goes this way.
and they're kind of
here.
stabbed through each other.
Yeah, and they're wove between the wove, is that a word? Woven between 2 other trees to stand up like that. But the interesting thing was those could have been natural falls, but if you go down and look at the bottoms down here, there's no roots, there's no stump. They didn't fall from where they were at. They were put there from somewhere else. So could it be people? Yeah, it could be people, but I don't know. I mean, tree structures are iffy at best, in my eyes. But that's the only other thing we kind of found in the area.
Mike Casey says there's been recent tree fall even just this past few months along that trail.
Yep, there is.
Quite possibly.
Yep.
Yeah. What kind of evidence do orbs leave on Doug's car?
I don't know. So
I feel like I'm perceiving that we've missed a lot of comments.
Okay, so yeah.
Flat Rock
says,
just my opinion, I believe the Freeman footage to be real. That creature was very broad in the chest area and tall, but as I've also said, cameras just don't give anyone a good size definition. When you see the enhanced video,
you'll see the difference. And they zoom in onto it. It's stabilized. It's
just like they did when they enhanced the Patty footage.
Yeah, it's sharpened. It's 4K. It's incredible. And they do They do 5 or 6 different.
They almost do like layers.
Yeah, they put different color layers on it and then run it back and forth for you. So it's very interesting. The different color layers, you can see different aspects. Every layer there's something different you can see.
Thanks, Lockbeard, for pointing people to our channel.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for our news, but it's not time yet.
It's not time yet.
Dang it.
So but another thing that really convinced me about the Freeman film was the stuff that Paul did afterwards, and he was pretty defeated. He actually did an interview on a network, and they asked him, it was interesting, they had to ask him a question, a kind of a loaded questions, like, have you ever faked a footprint? And his answer was, yes, I have. I have made them in different types of gravel and mud and terrain. He had made them to practice casting them. And when he said that, he said, yes, I have made them to practice casting, and which I have done too, but they cut out the part where he said,
yes, I have.
Yep. Yeah. The only part they said is yes, I have. And that's what, and when they aired that, he got really defeated. And, after sitting down and talking with his son, who grew up with him, who lived through all this when he was young, and hearing him tell the tales about his dad and the fact that he went up there for months afterwards every weekend trying to shoot one just so he could prove it, so all this skepticism wouldn't be on his shoulder.
Think about the difference between that behavior and think about the difference between Paul Freeman's encounters, okay, or purported encounters or whatever, versus other famous Bigfooters who have a sighting or 6 every time they go out and always get them on camera, and they always look like him. Think about that.
Yeah.
There is a ring of truth. You can tell by someone's behavior and consistency and all that, you can tell someone's intention by their behavior. So I don't see anything deceptive or spurious in Paul Freeman's behavior versus some other famous people who go out and always get a sighting or 6 on camera that always look like them every time they go out.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And it was a hot area. I mean, there's such places. I mean, we're working one right now. That we have got tree knocks and whoops and interesting things every time we go out there.
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird. Right now, Cliff, I was talking with him last weekend, Cliff Bergman. His team has a hot area where they just had a sighting, and they get whoops and knocks and stuff every time they go out to their area.
Mm-hmm.
So
Don asks, how many tracks have been cast at this watering hole since?
40.
Are you sure about that?
I am positive about that. We were talking about that last weekend with Cliff and Dr. Jeff and Michael Freeman. We were sitting down talking about the Freeman thing, and between Cliff and Jeff, they have had, since the Freeman film, they have had 40 Bigfoot cast out of that area.
Yeah.
So people don't hear about that. You know?
Because honestly, serious people don't. I mean, we don't publicize everything we find. Was it who said it? I think it was it Grasshopper who just said this? This is true. Never do a TV interview unless you have someone taping it on the side for proof. They mess with the video clipping. And actually, yes, we have
been there, done that.
and
Yep.
we have footage
Yeah.
of his experience with TV production crews.
Yeah. One in case, Expedition Bigfoot. I didn't say that, did I?
You didn't say that out loud, but yeah, we've got all the original taped footing, which they don't know we have.
Yeah.
And we'll never show it.
Yeah.
Unless things get nasty. Anyway.
Yeah, so there have been a lot of stuff taken out of there since then, and just like nobody knows about it. I mean, it's not something that's on the news. It's not something that a lot of people broadcast.
How many people don't say anything about encounters they've had?
Mhm.
Most of them.
Yeah, we've got 12 people we're interviewing
At Tollgate.
up at Tollgate in the first week in November there, or the second week, whenever that is.
Yeah.
We've got 12 people lined up that we're going to be doing a little mini documentary about what's happened in the blues since then. I mean,
Mhm.
and it's an area that's near and dear to my heart because I grew up in Somerville, Oregon, which is smack dab. I'm at 15 miles from.
You're in the foothills of it.
Yeah, I mean, where I grew up, my house was less than 15 miles from Tollgate Store, so.
Yeah. Pyro says, interesting watch. Paranormal Portal 182 with Kuhnbo Baker. He tells why he switched his thinking onto the spiritual side. Could be
Okay.
interesting.
That could be interesting, and that's something that.
Oh yeah, David mentions you don't want others swarming your research area. That's another reason.
That's another reason a lot of people were really quiet. I mean, Cliff himself. We were talking last weekend, Cliff Bergman, and he said, "I go to a place called the Island."
That's it.
That's all he says.
It's their code name.
They got a code name with his group. He's got the Island, and I forgot what the other one was. But he's the Prairie, I think. I can't remember. He's got some code names for his research areas that are hot. And so when he's talking with his group, like in the museum or something, and they've mentioned, well, I'm going to go out to
blah blah blah. Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. They use the code word.
Let's talk about, I like this comment by Dawn. Sounds like a great place to collect environmental DNA out of the casts then. We heard a lot about the status of environmental DNA research when we were with Jeff and Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what's happening in Bigfoot research with environmental DNA right now.
It's a nightmare. That's one of the things that, in fact, when Jeff, he did his talk right after mine in Pocatello, and he was talking about environmental DNA and how super hard it is because of how close Bigfoot DNA is to human DNA. So it's like a primate DNA. So if you get a bunch of primate DNA,
There's so much to go
so is
through.
it people? You know, it's hard to distinguish a chimp from a human in the DNA world.
And even Cliff said, at this point, and I felt really kind of honored because, as far as I know, we were the first to say this, but you know, we're moving beyond let's prove they exist because we already know they exist. Let's look at behavior patterns and all that. So I was like, hey.
Yeah, yeah.
So never tell BFR locations.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
And Papa said environmental DNA is still in its infancy, and that's what Jeff was talking about. Is there is so much, and it is so hard to
Parse it out.
Parse it out. I mean, you got billions of strands of each creature in there, and they're all mixed together. So how do you decide what goes to what, basically?
I like what Lockbeard says. I like this guy so much. Environmental DNA equals put the whole ecosystem in a blender and then try to separate it all out with a boat paddle.
That's it. That's the best way to say it right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have a great blender that could do that for you too.
Yeah.
It's my new blender.
Yeah. So that's a problem.
Yep.
That's a huge problem. So
and David, you're right. Who are you going to trust with your sample to look for DNA? Things have a way to get lost. Yes, it's true.
Right.
We've sent, God bless him, we sent Jeff's stuff to Jeff and have never seen it again.
Yeah.
So,
and I know Jeff. I mean,
he's good people.
He's good people. I mean, we sit and talk all the time. I mean, I text him and said, "Did you get that?" Yeah, I'll look. You know, kind of things. It's like, so.
Do we have other stuff to show?
We talked about this.
Yes.
I didn't put the thing up for the
For the what?
What day is that?
I don't know what you're
If you're in the Pocatello area on my brain's not working. What day is the dinner we're doing?
Pocatello or Pendleton?
No, Pendleton.
October 24th.
Yes.
If you are in Eastern Oregon near Pendleton, so Hermiston or even while, you know, we are going to, on our way back from Yakima, we're going to do a dinner and meet up with the Northeastern Oregon Blue Mountain Bigfoot folks at Roosters, great restaurant. They've got gluten-free options, really good salads.
So that's at
burgers.
what, 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock at Roosters. What date again?
October 24th. I will put it out in the next email. So if you haven't gone to squatchamerica.com and signed up for our emails, please do so. We are up almost at 550 subs on our email list, which is great. Thank you.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's see, what else was I looking at here?
Oh, yes. Do we want to say thank you?
Yeah.
This is deceptive. Our rooftop tent campaign is actually at $350 right now because people at festivals and people we've run into have handed us cash. So all that goes into an account that we're building towards our rooftop tent. So we are over 10% there. I think that's a wonderful thing. And I'm going to throw my gratitude out into the universe and we will just keep money going into that high interest account. I opened a high interest account for it just until we get the money we need. And if we don't make it in 60 days, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
So thank you, all of you who have contributed to that. We are so appreciative. Mm-hmm. And you will be getting people on the email list will be getting another one of those, and I'll throw it up on YouTube. And some people don't like to do GoFundMes and things like that, and that's their prerogative. But we have supported quite a few of them in the past, and so we figured, why not get rid of this, please?
Oh, geez. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious sake. I am so excited that we are getting enough activity on our channel to get pornographic comments.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yay, team. Okay.
Is the environmental DNA testing a lot less expensive? No,
it's more.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have bots. I have something funny. So I do a lot of social media work for my health coaching business, and I teach people how to use social media to build their businesses. And that's one of the things I do. And it is so funny when I go on, when I'm just like on Facebook for fun, and I see someone, like I'll be reading comments for someone, and you get the bot saying, "Hi, sexy, beautiful. You look just like my mother. You look like a nice person, and everything you do is so inspirational. Will you send me a friend request?" And most people don't realize that's a freaking AI bot. And they say, "No, I will not send you a friend request, and you're just horrible, and you need to get alive." And it's like, oh my gosh, just block and delete. Come on.
Yep. So Grasshopper says he needs to pay off his Jeep if we want to donate money. He bought a thermal and needs a new computer. I'll tell you what, I had an interesting last time I posted our fundraiser on my Facebook page. I had a guy tell me I should get a job, blah blah blah, and pay for my own stuff. And it's kind of,
you have no idea.
You have no idea. I've been doing this for like 25 years, and I have
paid for everything.
Paid for everything. I mean, and like I have my thermal camera. We just bought a brand new computer to do this stuff with, and we're still making payments on a lot of stuff. So
yeah.
And then,
just so you know, even Cliff Bergman doesn't pay for all his own stuff. He has fundraisers.
Yep.
So,
yep. So
anyway.
Oh yeah, and another, what was I gonna say? I just lost it. Anyway.
I don't know. Patreon?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know what you were saying. Thanks, Lockbeard, for bringing the porn bots. Hey,
yeah.
Porn bots. That's hilarious.
That was hilarious. Yeah. That's a big no.
Yeah, my personal Facebook page is plagued with all sorts of creeper bots. They all look like the same sexy military general or doctor.
Yeah.
Was that a rooftop tent on? We do not have a rooftop tent on top of our truck, which is why we are having a fundraiser for it.
Yeah, we do want a rooftop tent on the truck.
Right now, we sleep in hammocks.
Right now, we're
on the truck.
Yeah, we hang hammocks on the side of the truck into one tree. But I think it'd be a little bit warmer. It's starting to get cold, but we're working on it. So,
anyway.
Anywho.
Okay, we are 7
Oh
minutes.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, plus I actually make quite a bit of money at these shows that we go to by selling merchandise and my guest speaking fees and things like that. And we're kind of behind the curve because we haven't been to Bigfoot festivals for 2 years. You probably know why. So it's basically I got laid off for 2 years. And you can't get
and actually by the time you
workman's comp or
the PP
yeah, whatever for what I do.
Yeah. And honestly, we do sell a lot of merchandise, and sometimes we get paid to speak at these, but by the time that you have figured in fuel costs and the price that we pay to buy the merchandise to begin with, and camping fees and all those things, people think if you're self-employed that you make crap tons of money.
Yeah,
no, afraid not.
So there's that.
I will someday. I believe it. I'm throwing that out into the universe. I am vibrating with abundance.
Oh, now
Stop.
Sex bots and vibrating. Just stop. Just stop.
What the heck what are you doing? You're flipping out. Okay, we're 5 minutes out.
Okay, we're 5 minutes
Let's get to the exciting thing.
Exciting part. Now, we said something at the beginning when we got into this whole discussion. Buy Michael's book. And like I said, we'll be talking about that when we go to blah, 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 November 12th. Don't forget. Yeah, if you get a chance, go to Tollgate. Come see us.
Yeah, it's free. The event is free. Bring money to buy stuff and to pay for a barbecue burger.
Yeah, they got great food there too, by the way.
Okay, so Patty, go to Patreon. Check us out again on Patreon. We raised our fees.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. So
all right.
you can choose a higher thing.
So
anyway,
Here we go.
Here we go. So
Can I do this?
yeah.
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I said we're trying to break 2,100 on our YouTube subscriptions. And as of right now, this minute, we are at 2,117. Thank you so much. So to celebrate, because we need to celebrate every little accomplishment and every little victory, we are going to have a drawing right now for a field guide.
Yep.
So we're going to pick a random comment with our YouTube random comment
Okay,
picker.
so here you go. YouTube random comment. Get the comments.
Sorry, the captcha that you is that the actual right one?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it working? Oh, you need to.
Oh, we need to do the capture thing.
Okay,
I hate that. How many
now
pictures have a school bus in them? Okay.
Okay, now. Okay, comments disabled.
Okay, hold on. They're not disabled.
Or does it have to be after the live?
I think it's after the live. Okay, but I can do this. I can do this.
He can do this. We are trying to draw a random comment.
Yeah, there's a random comment. Do the capture thing again.
Go down.
Okay.
Okay.
We got to get the URL again.
We got to get the URL so we can draw a random comment. Oh my goodness. This is
What a pain in the butt.
This is a pain in the butt. Subscriptions? Are you kidding me?
No, that's not what I want.
Oh, people, we want a nope, your channel. You did it again. Your channel. Lives. Right there. You already had it. Here it is right there. Right here. We're going to try to make this. Nope, that's not it. Go to lives.
I'm getting there. You keep pointing.
Well, that's because there we go. Let's see what we can get.
Oh wow. There's me doing stuff right now.
Okay.
While I'm doing stuff.
Grab that. Copy. Go to the dealio. See if it works this time. Put in the dealio. Paste. Let's do the captcha. Okay, try again. All right.
Okay, all right. I got it. We got it.
Everyone gets one. I don't think we have that many.
No, we got it. Here it goes. It is.
Close your eyes and scroll. Now stop. I'm going to put my finger right there. Who's that?
Okay.
Lockbeard. Lockbeard. All right. So Lockbeard, message me on Facebook and send me your shipping address. Okay.
Yep. And we will send you I didn't grab one, but we've got these field guides by Dr. Jeff Meldrum. And if I was using my brain, I would have had him sign one last week so we could give it away.
And if you already have one, then gift it to someone.
Yep. So there we go.
All right. So Lockbeard, you're the lucky guy. Sorry for everyone else. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I know. That's about our technology tonight. B says, yeah, win. Lockbeard gets it. Congrats, Heather Lockbeard. Okay. All right. Well, as always, we are at the end. Thank you so much for coming, for supporting us. I will tell you right now, all you wooers out there who believe in, who know that quantum physics is real, I am truly believing in abundance. And every day, I'm basically just affirming that we are beating the shadow ban crap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, next week we are going to be live from Yakima.
Yes, with someone. We don't know who or how or what, but
yeah, we're working on a great, maybe even somebody live with us.
We'll see. We don't know yet.
We're working on that, but we're doing that. And what else? Oh, and after that, if you remember, quite a few weeks ago, we had William Nighthawk on, and he's got his own podcast, and he's having a huge panel discussion that I'm going to be on after our show on his show
next week.
and they're going to be talking about Bigfoot and spiritual woo stuff.
So, all you wooers like me, you'll love it. So you can go to Lockbeard's show, and then to ours, and then to Williams.
There we
It'll be
go.
a lot of fun.
All right.
So go to our job.
Our job,
As always, of course, remember it's our job to investigate the unexplained.
not to explain the
So
uninvestigated.
like, subscribe, share this video because we are beating the shadow ban. That's just reality, whether we see it or not. Do we have anything else to say?
Nope.
You keep watching and
We'll keep squatching.
bye.
Go out and find Bigfoot, folks. And I never am ready
You
to-
are never ready
to
do
push
this.
the button. I gotta find the buttons. Bye.